Part 2 of the UFC Pound for Pound tournament. If you haven't watched Part 1, go watch it right now. Link in the description. But today we got Jon Jones versus Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling has a weight disadvantage of 70 pounds, and he's shorter by almost 6 inches. The first minute of the fight started off pretty uneventful, but Jon Jones hit a nice head kick on Aljamain Sterling, leaving him on the back foot. Jon Jones, as he likes to get close into with men, goes for a clinch on Aljamain Sterling, hits him with a few head and body shots from the clinch. Aljamain Sterling, to counter this, bends him over and goes for a double leg takedown. And what seems to be a recurring theme in this tournament, Jon Jones goes for a guillotine, but guillotines don't actually work in MMA, so Aljo jumps over his legs and goes for a Von Flue choke instead. Jon Jones ends up escaping, and Aljo now has top position. He slowly makes his way to the crucifix position and isolates an arm, and he gets the tap in round 1 against Jon Jones. And just like last video, we're starting this video off with a massive upset. Let's see how far Aljo can make into this tournament. Next fight we got is Max Holloway versus Dupre. Nothing too crazy off the charts, except there's a weight difference of 40 pounds, but Max Holloway's the BMF, so he should be fine. Max Holloway starts round 1 off strong by piecing up Drickus on the feet, mixing up high and low. I guess Drickus didn't like that, so he goes for a takedown to Max Holloway. Max Holloway stuffs it, but at first you don't succeed. Try again, so Drickus goes for another takedown. Max stuffs it, hits him with a couple knees, but he channels his inner Khabib and goes for a third takedown, gets it this time. Max Holloway actually pulls a guillotine, but like I said before, you can even ask Dustin Poirier, guillotines don't work in MMA. So Drickus just jumps over and counters with a Von Flue and gets the round 1 submission victory on Max Holloway. No surprise there, but the next fight on the list is Israel Adesanya versus Sugar Sean O'Malley, and they have a weight difference of 50 pounds. Hopefully it doesn't go like the last match. Izzy starts the round with a nice combination, followed by a nice head kick. But I'd be lying to you if I said this first round was entertaining. It basically ended up just being a point fighting match. They trade in the pocket a little bit, then they started dodging strikes that they're dodging child support charges. They trade in the pocket again, but they both have no power, so it doesn't really do anything. Izzy lands a big kick to the head, but then Sugar Sean O'Malley turns into prime Anderson Silva and starts blocking and dodging all of Izzy's strikes. Izzy lands another huge head kick and starts punching at the air. Maybe he's practicing for when he's actually going to try to punch Sean O'Malley. I guess the practicing actually worked because Sean O'Malley turned around and he got hooked in the back of the head. But he can't finish it here and lets Sean O'Malley survive. But not for long, because Sean O'Malley turns around and gets popped in the head again. But he actually goes back and finishes it and hits him with a nice knee to the face. Izzy does nothing with the ground control and stands back up and ends the round on the feet. First round clearly goes to Izzy. I guess Sean didn't like how that first round went, so he came into round 2 with a vengeance, dodging Izzy's punches, hitting him with a nice 1-2, dropping Izzy to the ground. Sean then hits him with a tornado kick, but Izzy takes out the chin like a man. But I guess he didn't like the feeling of getting kicked in the head, so he kicks Sean in the leg, doing some serious damage. But Izzy is not done as he drops Sean and starts spamming hooks on the air. He kicks Sean's leg to tell him to get back up, and he ends the round on the feet. Now Izzy is up 2 rounds to none. Although Izzy paid the judges, he wants to end this fight himself, so he goes ahead and hits Sean O'Malley with the Francis Ngannou special and knocks him out in the third round. Next fight we got Charles Oliveira versus Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira will probably hit him with the left hook of death, unless Charles Oliveira can take it to the ground, and if he does, it's Charles Oliveira's match. Charles starts to run out strong by shooting for a takedown, but it gets stuffed by Alex and he gets put up against the fence. Alex then goes for a takedown of his own, but Charles Oliveira pulls guillotine and lets it go because he remembers what happened to Max. Alex hits him with a big lead uppercut, stunning him, but that's not all. He pressures him to go up against the cage and hits him with a big head kick, knocking him down. Charles Oliveira then stands up, but I guess Alex Pereira didn't like that, so he hip tosses him back to the canvas. Charles Oliveira, not wanting this to be a ground fight, gets back up for some reason. Charles, feeling instant regret, shoots for a takedown, but gets stuffed by Alex. He goes shoots for another one because he failed this time and he gets it done. He throws a tround choke submission on Alex Pereira, and Alex Pereira gets saved by the bell. Charles found out he had jiu-jitsu a bit too late into this round, giving this an easy round to Alex. Oliveira, now knowing he has jiu-jitsu, shoots for a takedown, but it gets stuffed by Alex. But if you don't see, try again. After trading in the pocket with Alex, he shoots for another takedown, but it still gets stuffed by Alex. Alex, not fucking with these takedowns, hits him with a nice head kick to the head. Charles Oliveira responds by shooting for another takedown, but it gets stuffed again. Alex, taking tired of the bullshit, clinches up with Charles Oliveira and shoots for a takedown. Charles Oliveira couldn't resist the urge to pull a guillotine, so he pulls a guillotine on Alex Pereira. But to no one's surprise, we all know what happens next. Alex Pereira jumps over his legs and counters with a Von Flue choke, and he gets the round 2 submission against the submission specialist, Charles Oliveira. And that concludes all the fights for round 1, but we still got some time, so the next fight on the list is Arman Cukin versus Alexander Volkanovski. Arman has all the physical advantages, but not by much, so this should be a good close fight. Alex starts the round off by shooting for a takedown, and after smudging Arman for half the round, he gets stood up by the refs. Clearly, Volkanovski doesn't care about the fight night bonus and has no intention of making this an interesting match. Now it's Arman's turn. He shoots for a takedown on Alex, and he almost gets it done, but Volkanovski defends it. And they end the round on the feet. Literally nothing of value happened in this first round, but Volkanovski held him down for the majority of this round, so round 1 goes to Alexander Volkanovski. After boxing the air, Arman goes for a takedown, but Alexander Volkanovski isn't fucking with that, so he grabs Arman's back. Arman, also not fucking with what Volkanovski did, he gets rid of the back control, and he actually sprawls out and grabs Volkanovski's back for himself, and he stays on top, smudging Alexander Volkanovski for the remainder of the round. These two fighters absolutely speed running, trying to make the most boring fight possible. Let's see if anything happens in round 3. After doing nothing for several minutes in round 3, Arman hip tosses Volkanovski to the ground. After being in control for a majority of this round, he gets reversed positions by Volkanovski, and Volkanovski keeps top position for the remainder of this round. This is probably the most boring fight I've seen on this pound for pound tournament so far, but Volkanovski wins by unanimous decision. Moving on to a fight that's hopefully more entertaining than this one, we have Tom Aspinall versus Sean Strickland. Tom Aspinall has a massive win advantage, but judging off of his last performance, Sean Strickland should be perfectly fine. But my confidence in Strickland was short-lived, because after Strickland lands a few good combinations with Tom Aspinall takes Sean Strickland down to the ground, and he threatens a submission, and he will get the submission in round 1 via foot choke. I guess Sean doesn't like the smell of Tom's feet, but next fight we got Dupre versus Aljamain Sterling. Dupre has a weight advantage of 50 pounds, but Aljo just beat Jon Jones, so I don't think he cares. They start the round off by landing a few shots on each other in the pocket, but Dupre can feel the aura coming off of Aljo's melanated skin, so he goes ahead and shoots for a takedown. But unlike Jon Jones, Aljo doesn't like men on top of him, so he quickly stands back up. Dupre lands a check hook to the face, so Aljo shoots for a takedown, and miraculously, Dupre gets a double guillotine. I don't know how that's possible, but instead of countering with a Von Flue, he just gets out of it like a G. Aljo gets a little bored with the top control, so he threatens a submission of his own. Dupre, not fucking with it, reverses the position and escapes, and keeps top position for the remaining 10 seconds of the round. This round consisted of 2 men wrestle fucking on the ground for 5 minutes, so I have no idea who won. Aljo starts off strong by dodging a Superman punch and shooting for a takedown, but it gets stuffed by Dupre. He lands a couple strikes, but the melanin machine starts spamming hooks and he can't really do anything. Aljo walks him down with more strikes and goes ahead and shoots for a takedown. Dupre almost goes for a guillotine, but lets it go. Aljo shoots for another takedown, but instead of going for the head, he goes for the foot and actually gets this one done. Aljo then threatens a armbar submission, and he actually gets it done on Dupre in the second round, making another upset. Aljo might actually be the best pound-for-pound fighter on this list for some reason, even though he did not do the same thing to Calvin Kattar in his last fight, but I digress. Looks like we got time for one more fight in this video, and it's a certified hood classic in Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. This will be their 3rd fight versus each other in the UFC, completing the trilogy. Hopefully Israel Adesanya can get it done, but I'm actually rooting for Alex Pereira. They throw a couple shots back and forth. Alex Pereira ends up clinching Izzy, but Izzy doesn't care as he backs up and hits Alex with a stiff right hand. Alex hits him with a big right hand and clinches him up instead of actually trying to finish the fight. Izzy got tired of point fighting, so he starts beating the shit out of Alex for fun. Unfortunately, Alex Pereira forgot how to kick, so round 1 goes clearly to Izzy. Alex took my advice in round 2 and starts the round off with a teep to the face on Izzy. Izzy responds by trading in the pocket with Alex Pereira, but Alex Pereira clinches up and throws a few good knees on him. Izzy damages Pereira with a leg kick and then goes for a head kick, and it gets blocked by Alex. Izzy lands another head kick on Alex, stunning him, so he goes for another one to knock him down. Izzy, struggling to resist the urge, falls into Alex Pereira's guard, but they stand up and the round ends on the feet. Izzy is now up 2-0. If Alex Pereira actually wants to win the fight, maybe he should actually try throwing some punches in round 3. Izzy starts the round off strong by slipping Alex Pereira's punches and knocking him down with a killer combo. But he's not done. In the middle of Alex's combo, he counters with a left hook and starts punching the air. I don't know what Alex Pereira is doing, but he might as well go back to the bar and watch Izzy's fight from the stool. He gets hit with a head kick and dropped again by Izzy. But he's not done. He falls to the ground and finishes the fight by TKO in the 3rd round on Alex Pereira. Somehow Alex has a better ground game than he does on the feet. But with that being said, this is going to end part 2. Tune in for part 3 whenever I post it. I'm not exactly sure. But turn on notifications to subscribe so you know when I do post it. With that being said, I'm out. Deuces.